Okay, so here's some more 2010 FIFA World Cup South Africa action on the PlayStation 3. I'm playing as France. We are facing Uruguay in the, not just the opening day for the group, but the opening day of the tournament. In real life, these two teams had very different results in terms of like the overall tournament. Uruguay made it to the semi-final, surprising a lot of people. France, on the other hand, was eliminated following the group stage, and just the revolt between the players and the manager made headlines, and it was just an embarrassment.
Interesting matchup, this Clive. Many, myself included, feel that the French are very lucky to even be here. And
you kind of heard Andy Townsend make reference to Thierry Henry's handball against Ireland in the playoff. There's Anelka. He was one of the central figures in the controversy in real life. Late in the first half, here's Suarez taking the ball, just narrowly missing the post after a giveaway by Luis. Early in the second half, here's Thierry Henry. He gets fouled, but then chips the ball in from outside the box. You notice he's wearing the captain's armband. And you might have noticed that he was one of the starters. In real life, he was a sub. And that's a decision that Dominic made before the tournament, and he let Henry know about it. But you could argue maybe that was a symptom of the player's issue with Dominic. In any case, that's neither here nor there, because Henry gets fouled by Diego Godin. I was sure that it was a penalty, but apparently not. So here's Ribéry with the free kick at the very edge of the 18-yard box, 19 yards away. He hits the crossbar. So some minutes later, here's Forlan playing a through ball for Suarez. Senyad knocks the ball over the touchline. In real life, they had great chemistry during this tournament. Forlan with the header from 16 yards away. He led his team, as I mentioned, to the semifinal. He had a great tournament. He won the golden ball. There's Raymond Domenech, the France manager, looking disappointed. So we draw with Uruguay, 1-1. In real life, they drew 0-0. There's Patrice Evra, who was the captain in real life for the tournament, and he was another central figure in the controversy. So there's Nicolas Anelka, number 9. Just to elaborate on the revolt. So in France's match against Mexico at halftime, Nicolas Anelka expressed his displeasure in a pretty crude way. He basically cussed out Dominic. And then following that game, Anelka was dismissed from the team and the tournament. And then as a result of that dismissal, the players were not happy about that. Patrice Evra, the real-life captain, he led the team in open revolt. They sequestered themselves on the team bus during a training session, refusing to come out. And that was just, I kind of remembered that before I did some research for this commentary, but those two incidents were the most memorable, not even counting Thierry Henry's handball. But just kind of reading some more about it, some insider information, some journalists' accounts of the dynamic within the French national team. It's just really, I don't know, what's the word? Disheartening, embarrassing, shameful, whatever you want to call it. So we draw with Mexico, 0-0. Really boring game, to be honest. We only managed 3 shots on target between the two of us. In real life, France lost 2-0. And so, unlike France, we have a better chance going into the final group stage game. If you notice, Patrice Evra leading France onto the pitch with the captain's armband. That's because Henry picked up an injury during training, so he's not available for this match. South Africa, they've got no real stars on their team. The only player whom I remembered was Steven Pienaar. He played for Everton. But physically, they've got Matthew Booth, number 14. He's 6'6". I just looked him up. He's also the only white guy on their team. So France with 2 points, South Africa with 3. Mexico can leapfrog both of us with the win against Uruguay. Basically, France needs to win in order to advance. But for some reason, I thought a draw would suffice. So that's my mistake. But we'll see how things go. So Benzema there, he's starting in place of Henry. He gives the ball away early in the game. McCarthy is going to try to outrun the French defense. Evra comes over, contests possession, and wins a free kick. Late in the first half, McCarthy is going to get a great shot on goal here, a header that Lloris palms away. At halftime, Mexico and Uruguay are tied 0-0. As I mentioned, Mexico could, in theory, leapfrog both France and South Africa with the win. A draw will keep France in third place, so as I mentioned, a win is needed. There's McCarthy with another attempt on goal. In the last minute of regulation, I'm playing some poor defense. My teammates aren't playing the greatest defense either because they allow McCarthy a free header from the edge of the 6-yard box in the 90th minute. And that is going to be the only goal of the game. So just like in real life, France is not able to advance to the knockout stage. Patrice Evra wearing the captain's armband, disappointed. And there's the fans, they're disappointed as well. In real life, they were not pleased with the behavior. It wasn't so much the performance, the on-field performance, but it was really more, I would say, the off-field behavior of the players. And I agree with them. I mean, you might have issue with the manager, his handling of the game, his handling of players, but refusing to train because your teammate said something that was totally unacceptable and was dismissed as a result. That's not, I don't know, that's just really childish. But in this universe, Brazil is the champion, defeating Germany 1-0 in the final. Pirlo and Gerrard are the joint top scorers. Spain beat England, in the third place game. So France was number 7 going into the tournament. Dominic, not surprisingly, resigned following this tournament. In the years since, it seems like the France Football Federation and Dominic's successors, Laurent Blanc and then Didier Deschamps, they seem to have adopted a policy of not tolerating players who might be troublemakers, despite however talented they might be. So maybe some good has come out of France's shameful showing in South Africa in 2010.